Yeah, good morning, good evening once again. We don't know where you're watching us from. But when you come, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, you like, you comment, then you share as well. Yes, this is Athletics Notch TV. This evening, we are going to have a live interview with the Blaster Marathon, Professor Eric Kwame Adae. So he'll be joining us soon from US. Then we can start the interview. So that will be very, very great. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You like, then share, comment as well. He'll be joining us very soon. Yes, this morning we posted some interview we had yesterday with Bob Lincoln, and then it's creating a whole lot of. It's trending now. The news is trending now. We'll be having some couples of interviews. If you want to join us, you can message any of our numbers, and then we are going to link you up. So as in a couple of few Monday, also we are having another great interview with the Millennium Marathon. We're not coming to talk much here. We also have Monday, Millennium Marathon. Tuesday, that's the launch for the 2026 Tampico Accra International Marathon. We will be there. And then Wednesday, we'll be moving straight to Damba Marathon. So the interviews follows. And then Thursday, we have some couple of some of the athletes, race runners. We also be having an interview with for Friday, Sunday. So you can also join us in any of our live stream. And then we are going to be have this interview. We have some couple of news that and then also don't forget the 2026 European Championship is still ongoing, and then a lot of athletes are winning medals. So as the new athletes, so as different people also win a lot of medals over there. Then also Ghana Road Running events, the 2026 season is also coming on this month of August. We are not having any race, but September, October, November, December, a lot of events will be coming on. And then don't forget, I'm going to give you a lot of updates. September event, we have two currently confirmed. Two events is currently confirmed. That is the Damba Marathon, and then the Millennium Marathon, one of the top races in Africa as well. If you have any question, you can just join us. If you have any question, you can just join us, and then you can ask Professor Adae as well. If you have any question, you can join us. If you have any question, you can join us. If you have any question, you can join us. Yes, you'll be joining us very soon. You'll be joining us very soon. You'll join us very soon. Most of the times we have some connection issues. That's most of the times that's the issue that we've been facing currently. But usually we try our possible best to work on it. We are working on it as we are speaking now. Yes, we will know. So don't forget, we'll be bringing you the Ultimate Championship, the selected athletes. Ultimate Championship, the selected athletes. The teams are in now. We are going to bring you the selected athletes. We are going to bring you the selected athletes in the Ultimate Championship. That's it will be going on from the 11th September to 13th. At Budapest, Hungary. Yes, these are special invitational tournaments. Take note, special invitational tournaments. There's going to be cash prizes on it. We've given you a lot of updates about that. There's going to be cash prizes on that Ultimate Championship. That's World Ultimate Championship. It's the maiden edition of it. And then also the Atos 2026 will also be coming on in London. We're also going to bring you a lot of updates. We are also going to bring you a lot of updates over there. Yes, we're going to also get, yes, Prof has joined us. This is live interview that we are going to do. So anything you are come to ask, is live. Good evening from Ghana, Prof.
Hello, and a very good afternoon from here in Des Moines, Iowa. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Your side?
We are blessed and highly favored.
We thank God. How is life over there?
Life is great. I just told you that I'm blessed and highly favored. We are all doing very well. Life is great, actually.
That's good. We thank God. It's been a long time. I think the last time we met
Yes,
almost getting to a year now.
a year. It's over a year
It's
ago.
over. Wow.
When we had last year's event, the Blaster Marathon last year. Yeah, that was a long time ago. It's been over a year already.
Of
I
course,
can't
yeah,
believe
a
it.
year is supposed to be 25th July. Then we are out of July,
And we are in August,
August.
in the middle of August, actually.
Of course, sure. That's
Yeah,
great. Prof, before we start, let's do a little recap about last year event.
yeah. So thank you once again for the opportunity to appear on this show. You are doing a great job, and I want to encourage you to keep doing it.
Thank you, sir.
We have too few voices speaking about issues of relevance, issues of impact about Ghana athletics. And you are one of the strong voices, one of a few. You are almost like a lone ranger when it comes to this. And I've always been monitoring you and appreciating your untiring efforts. So keep it up.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You are much
Back
grateful.
to the question. Yeah, last year, I want to take this opportunity to also thank all our stakeholders, the running community, government agencies, the presidency, and many other partners that joined us to make last year's Black Star Marathon, the 2025 Black Star Marathon, a hugely resounding success. We were blown away by the number of participants who came to run the race and also the public who lined up the streets cheering our runners on. We are grateful to His Excellency President Mahama, the Director General of the National Sports Authority, the Honorable Yao Ampofo Ankra, for gracing the occasion. Many CEOs who also joined to run and to support us. We are grateful to all our sponsors who came last year to join us as well. So last year set a very new high for the program. And I think it's been an eye opener about our capability, what we can achieve when we are united in our purpose and we are able to plan very thoroughly and, more importantly, execute our plans. So my heart is just full of gratitude for the high level of high quality of event that we had last year in the Black Star Marathon.
Okay, that's great. So in general, like you are satisfied with the performance from organization, execution, the sponsorship, it was perfect. Then
we can't say it was perfect. You cannot say it's perfect. There's always room for improvement, Richard. No matter how well you do, because it's a human enterprise, you realize that there will be glitches here and there. There will be a few wrinkles here and there that you need to iron out going forward. The day you stop trying to get better, you realize that you'll be lured into a foolish sense of, satisfaction with a mediocre or just an okay performance. So it was good, but it could have been great. And setting our eyes on the future, we just want to learn, profit from the experiences from last year to make the coming event and even future ones better and better and better. So we can say it's perfect because we are operating within this earth realm, right, where nothing is perfect. So it was okay, it was good, it was great, and by our local standards, I think it was a brilliant performance. But we know what we can do together if we unite in purpose. We named this race the Black Star Marathon. And the metaphor of the Black Star speaks to the excellence that we can achieve, the very high standard that we can chalk as a people, as Africans, if we are able to, marshal our efforts very well and get things done properly.
That's great. We are much very grateful for the insight. That means there's more room for improvement.
Oliver There's always room for improvement,
yes,
my brother.
Always for improvement. That's great. That's a professor's mind. The only professor in road running event in Ghana. professor
Are
in
you
road
sure?
running.
Are you sure? That's my
Yes,
field,
of
though.
course. The only professor who organizes road running event in Ghana. No one.
I don't know about that. I have to research it and fact check what you are saying.
No, you know all of
I'll
them.
be
Yes, you are
surprised
the
if
only
that's the
professor in that.
situation.
Yes. So even is a blessing to the athlete who will come and run itself.
Yeah, but that's not my field, though. Road running and organizing road running, that's not my specialty. I'm a professor of media and communications where I specialize in public relations.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Okay, now let's discuss about the question before we come to this year event itself. Now, what inspired you? I mean, to start this road running event or marathons?
Wow. Yeah. So you may know, Richard, thank you for this very important question. I think it's a very important question that drills to the very heart of the matter. Growing up in Ghana, I was a long distance runner from high school. I think I started running when I was in Form 2 in senior in secondary school. Back then, we're not doing JHS and SSS. You took the ordinary level and the advanced level. Our educational system was modeled on the British system. So you would go through a 5-year program to finish your O level, ordinary level, and then if you did well, you now get a chance to do a 2-year advanced level before going on to university. So in the third year, the middle of my ordinary level, I realized that I could run. I grew up around the Kolegono Kolebu area, and we had all these Colts club, football clubs. And at dawn they'll be running, they'll go jogging. The players will go jogging from my place to Kaneshi to Kwame Nkrumah Circle and back. And I decided to join them, and I realized that, wow, in the middle of the run, I'll just leave all the soccer players, those who were soccer players and were actively running and playing football every time. And it was their training. I would leave them and stretch them and just finish many, many, many minutes before they will start trooping in. So in school, in Form 3, they were doing the inter-halls competition, and I decided to run as well. And I went against the defending champion in the school at the time. I went to Ebenezer Senior High School. It was then called Ebenezer Secondary School. That was where I did my ordinary level, and I started running from Padua. So I ended up overlapping even the defending champion of the school at the time. And then I made it to intercolleges, and in my first intercolleges, I came third in our zone.
Wow.
Went on to super zonals, and I thought, what is going on? I mean, I didn't consider myself to be a runner, but this happened, and the following year, that was the second year of the SY Milo Marathon, Accra Milo Marathon, and when I was going to register for the event, I ended up registering in the senior open category instead of, I was 16, instead of going to run in the juniors race, which started from New Times to the Dansoman Kifit Club, So I made a mistake and I went in rather for the long one that started from the Nungwa barrier to Dansoman, the full marathon. And you won't believe it, I came in the third position, running against soldiers and the national champion at the time, Emmanuel Amu, we call him Alaji Amu. And I came third as a 16-year-old. I marched them boot for boot all the way to almost to the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, So
Wow.
I had a very good running career. Went on to university. I was competing, ran many other races. But I noticed several things to your question. I noticed several things about running in Ghana. It may be, I don't think it's deliberate. It's a deliberate policy. But I realized that there were so many disadvantages that long distance runners faced in Ghana. One, we lacked opportunities to compete. For example, there were more races for the sprinters and the field event athletes compared to those of the long distance runners. When it came to being selected to go represent Ghana outside in foreign competitions, most of our athletes turned out to be sprinters. I don't think much has changed, though. I think it still persists, right?
Okay.
So our athletes, it seemed like it was a disadvantage in Ghana to be a long distance runner. I didn't understand it. So back then, I resolved and many other issues. I resolved that while giving the time, giving the opportunity, I was going to create some vehicle to afford uh, more of our long distance opportunities, more opportunities for them to compete, more opportunities for them to run. Instead of just waking up at dawn and always training, we're like training horses, but lacking the opportunities to compete, test our skills, test our talents, test our abilities against others frequently so we can get better. Okay, so that, even given the chance, we can even set up endowment funds to provide scholarships and supports for long distance runners. I wanted to create a vehicle that will help focus attention in developing long distance running in Ghana, because I believe that we can actually perform and match the East Africans and other people, because knowledge about long distance running, I believe, has been democratized. The knowledge is out there, and I don't think Ghana is lacking in talent. That if we focus and we provided the right environment for our long distance runners, we are going to be among the best in the world. Taking myself as an example, the times that I was running back in secondary school, looking back, I didn't know it back then, but looking back, I realized that I wasn't far off from some of the top people, even globally at the time. Because even at 16, 17, 18 years, we were running 5K in the low 15 minutes, getting to even the high 14 minutes back then, when the world record was just 13 minutes at a time. And people right now, even if you run 5K, 30 minutes and a few seconds, you will not do badly, even on the global stage. So the talent is in Ghana. But somehow I don't know whether we don't believe in ourselves, we don't believe that our long distance runners can rub shoulders with the very best in the world. Let me give you some example. In the 1972 Munich Olympic Games, we had a runner called Billy Fojo, who was running the 1500 race. Those who are older would know, will remember. This man qualified. He went for the finals in the 1500 meters back then. We had other races, the Adongos, who were competing in the marathon outside Ghana and were doing very well. But it seems like recently, for some years now, standards have been going down and down and down and down. And I think it's time for us to do something to reignite the passion, to help us to believe more in ourselves once again, so that we can help lift up the standard of long distance running in Ghana. So this organization, this Black Star Marathon Fund, is a foundation that is helping to focus attention on long distance running by helping stage some of the biggest and well-organized races in Ghana, to provide opportunities to also raise money. We want to use this to raise money to support certain worthy social causes. And the first cause that we are pursuing, we've noticed that kidney diseases are affecting a lot of people in Ghana, not just in Ghana, across Africa. The cases are rising, and younger people are getting the disease. So we are trying to also use this foundation and the events that we organize to help raise awareness about kidney diseases in Ghana, and also to raise money, sponsorship, to support people who may have to, unfortunately, deal with this disease, have their treatment, and maybe get better. So those are some of the causes that we want to promote as part of this event.
Okay, that's great. And you've also given us a history, of course. That's much. We are much grateful. Now let's move on. When it comes to this marathon organization, how much preparation does it go in? For maybe in terms of the safety of the athletes, like organizing, how much does it take to organize a race?
It is very involving. It is a very involving enterprise to organize road running in Ghana. There are challenges with safety, health and safety of runners, the trot road drivers and the taxi drivers, especially in Ghana. I don't know whether because long distance or road running has not become, the culture has weakened. Back in the day when they are doing Milo Marathon, for example, we all remember, it was like everybody knew about it, and they did it for about 26 years. So it became a cultural thing, a cultural moment, back then. But since there was a long break, we seem to have forgotten. So the drivers and the other road users are not as kind as they ought to be. towards the drivers, towards the runners. So there's a challenge right there. It's very financially involving. In fact, without the right level of sponsorship, you better forget it. I'm not sure whether sponsors appreciate or understand their importance in such races yet, but we need them because of the high cost from having ambulances made available, even providing the kits for the runners. It's very expensive. The advertising and the marketing efforts, very, very, very involving. Working with the police. Actually, race management, it's a very, very involving thing. Imagine having to run a campaign to effectively promote a marathon race over a 3-month period on radio, on TV, newspapers, billboards. Anybody working in corporate communications, in branding, in marketing can give you an idea of what it costs. And especially if we are trying to elevate this event, the Black Star Marathon, the way we are trying to do it, make it a global event, benchmark, see what is being done in other big marathons globally, like the London Marathon, the Berlin Marathon, the New York City Marathon, and the like. We want to do something like that in Ghana. So that means that you have to promote this worldwide campaign. You're not only looking at Ghana, you're not only looking at Africa. So for you to shout, be able to shout and make noise and promote yourself all over the world, that's very involving. Prize spots. How much money do you have to pay that will be motivating enough, attractive enough for runners? Because we don't want to limit ourselves only to runners in Ghana. We want this race to be a magnet to attract people from all over the world to come to Ghana to run. That means that the prize that they are likely to get when they win should be good enough to cover the cost of their airline tickets, to cover the cost of airline tickets flying to Ghana, the cost of their lodging in Ghana, hotel bills in Ghana, feeding, preparation before. Any marathon, good marathon preparation will take you about 4 months, 16 weeks to 20 weeks to prepare. Even when you have a base of fitness, some kind of fitness already. So, and it's not cheap to go to camp or even training, medications and all that. So for you to attract them to fly to Ghana to take part in your race, your prize money must be good. And if you want to pay more people, you want to pay even the first 20 people, which is what we like to do. Because if you have thousands of people running a race, you want to afford to win something and not go home after they're empty-handed. So when you add, we have multiple races: marathon for men, marathon for women, the full marathon for the wheelchair category. You have the 10K men, 10K women, 10K wheelchair men, 10K wheelchair.
I think your voice is off. Check your sound for me. I think your sound is off. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Prof? Your sound. Can you hear me, Prof? Please, it seems your sound is off. Check for me. Can you hear me, Prof? Please, can you hear me? I can hear. Yeah, it seems your sound is off. Your sound is off. It seems your sound is now off. Please, can you check your sound for me? Check your sound. Yes, your sound is off over there. Can you hear me clearly? Please, can you hear me? It seems your sound is off. Please check your sound, your sound. It seems your sound is off. Yes, your sound is off. I can't hear you. Please, can you hear me? It seems your sound is off. Please check your sound. Sound is off. It seems your sound is off. Yes, it seems they were having some sound issues. I don't know what's wrong. You will join us once again. Yes, it was Prof who was giving us the updates of this race. We will be continue to the questions as we have some few questions. Then this one is an interactive section. It's an interactive session.
I'm back again.
Okay, good. It's okay now. It's an interactive section. It's okay, good.
Okay,
that's great.
So where did I go cut off?
I think that was where we were talking about the preparations, and then the athlete safety, and how it goes. I think the explanation was quite okay. The explanation, and then the safety of the athletes. I think getting to the ending, that was where the sound went off. Okay.
I see. I couldn't hear you either.
Yeah.
I saw you.
That was I was prompting. Okay,
yeah.
That's no problem. Now let's get this question. One of the most interactive questions I do like. Now we have a lot of marathons in Ghana. Now what makes yours unique?
Sure? Are you sure we have a lot of marathons?
No. Now let's say we have two. Currently we have two.
Okay, go ahead.
2 marathons in Ghana, 4 marathons in Ghana. But we have a lot of the half marathons each and there. But under normal circumstance, every athlete in a year, either you run 1 full marathon or 2 half marathons. You cannot be running different marathons each day. So now what makes yours unique that they should ignore the others and wait for yours?
Oh. I wouldn't say people should ignore others. They should just check out. It's a whole marketplace of opportunities, right? There are various opportunities. So what our urge people to do will be to look around and see the whole year what's the range of offerings, what races are available, and based on their preparation, you capitalize and carefully choose the races that will help them in their build up. They should be very strategic. They should be very intentional, very deliberate about their choices. Because you cannot just run any race just for the sake of running. You should run it because it serves you some purpose. And I think when they do that, they'll realize that the Black Star Marathon, it's one of the good events that is available that they should take part in. Because it's well organized. It attracts people from all over the globe. Last year, people from 28 countries came in, beating our performance in the 2024 event, where we had people from 22 countries. And already this year, the signals are strong. People reaching out from Switzerland, all the way from China, India, Portugal, Germany, France, seeking information because they want to plan their trip to Ghana to run in this race. So if you want to run in an event that is fast growing, very well organized, exciting, the experience is brilliant, you should be looking at the Black Star Marathon among others as well.
That's great. Now let's talk about safety. Last year we were there. We were on the route. Safety was one of the main concerns, and then even some of the athletes were even knocked down by cars. This year, although we'll come and talk about the date, how prepared are you in terms of the safety of the athletes?
Yeah, safety is unfortunately an issue organizing road running events in Ghana because I think we don't have the culture of blocking roads to make room for such mass events. One of the best practices in organizing such events is for the organizers to work closely with the police and other city officials to block the route so that runners are not competing with motorists and cyclists, especially the Okada riders in Ghana, for space. And the other motorists who are on the road during the race, they also lack the understanding or the empathy to just be patient and allow a runner to go ahead. It seems like they are. So you are right. We had unfortunate instances, one involving a runner in the 42.2K marathon, and then another wheelchair athlete who had his wheelchair damaged, because a taxi driver hit the wheelchair around the police station area.
I was there. Sure.
Yeah. And then one guy who also came fifth in the 42.2K men's marathon had a cyclist, an Okada rider, knocking him around on someone and hurting him, and he still went on to place fifth, running around 2 hours and 25 minutes despite the injury. That takes a lot of doing, but it shouldn't happen like that. Okay, and we are hoping that for this year's event and in the future, as a country, we'll wake up to the need for us to cordon off the road, block the road during the time of the race to improve safety. And so we'll be working together with we're working with the Ghana Police Service to achieve that. I hope we can block it, but it's a challenge in Accra because of the lack of alternative routes. Our road network is not too well developed, such that when you block a particular section, if somebody wants to go to Makola, for example, and you have to block the lotteries area and all the Adabraka area, that would be a problem. It's like you are locking down the city. So it's a difficult thing, but I think the safety of the race participants should be paramount. We don't want people to be knocked down and injured or even the worst happen. We don't want that. So it's something that we are focused on, and we are trying to make it happen as it is done elsewhere. We want this to be an event that is certified by World Athletics, and it's one of the conditionalities. It's imperative that you have a race that involves the routes being blocked off. It's actually a requirement. So for us to get there and elevate this race very much, that must happen. We must find ways of making it happen.
Okay.
Even if it means that instead of having an out and back route, we can have a loop route where we only concentrate the race on a limited area that we can block off. That will not impede vehicular traffic or become an inconvenience or too much of a high cost to other road users in Accra.
Okay, that's good. Safety very, very important. Now let's talk about the sponsorship. I think last year your race had a very, 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 let me say, one of the biggest sponsorship, plus also the government agencies. Your race itself was much branded in terms of sponsorship, and then governmental agencies coming to it. How was that important to you?
I said it already that you might as well kiss your event goodbye without the right level of sponsorship or the like-minded partners and sponsors. It's very important. Unless you are ready, willing, and able to bankroll the event from your pocket entirely, which some of us almost did in previous events, because this is not the first time we are doing this kind of event. We've been organizing such events since 2012, and back in the day, sometimes, I mean, in the face of inadequate or the absolute lack of sponsorship, you would have to, because of the passion you have, because this is so dear to our heart, you have to even spend your own money or disinvest your family savings and investment and pump it in to help establish the brand. So it was very important. And last year we had good sponsors that came on board and to help lift the standard of the event very high. And we are trying to do better in this 2026 event and even going forward.
Okay, that's great. Now let's talk about the challenges. What are some of the challenges you faced from organization, the race day, and then even after the race? What are some of the challenges you faced?
When it comes to challenges in organizing road running events, they are numerous, numerous. From, I don't know, the lack of support or cooperation by people for no reason. I think there's a need for unity in the athletics fraternity in Ghana. Some of my friends call it crabology, where they refer to the mentality or the behavior, the attitude, the thinking of crabs when you put them in a bucket. When one is trying to climb, the others bring him down. So there's a lack of unity. We saw so many, unfortunately, and we don't know who, but there have been instances where we believe strongly there's evidence to suggest that some people were trying to undo the event, even when on the grounds leading up to the event on social media, on some of the core athletics platforms in Ghana. People taking swipes at you, only punching holes or trying to mine the event, discredit the event for no reason. That's a challenge. If athletics is supposed to be lifted high in Ghana, I'm not doing this for my benefit. I'm doing it for the system to get better. I'm doing it so that we can have something better in Ghana as well. I have not profited from this event. In fact, I have lost money personally from this event. So people should not see, it's heartbreaking for people to be attacking you, even on athletics platforms. Do you understand what I'm saying? Another challenge about sabotaging, for example, is where during the event last year, we had this beautiful giant inflatable that was there. Just before the start of the race, somebody went to unplug the power for the whole thing to come down, even in front of the president, who was going to blast the gun for the runners to go away. The inflatable started coming down because some unknown element, misguided elements, decided to do that, which is unfortunate. There's just a high cost, ridiculously high cost of staging such events in Ghana. It's like when you're organizing this event, at every turn, everybody is trying to draw some money from you, which makes it very expensive. And when you are not able to meet their demands, their needs, because the money is just not there, then you become the bad person. I'm speaking with an open heart right now, and it hurts. Because at every turn, it's like you have to spend money. You are trying to be altruistic, to be selfless, to do something for the current and future generations, to establish a legacy. But it seems like the support doesn't come. There are some that support, but there are also some that have the crabs in the bucket thinking. From being called names, being lied about, lies being pinned on you, and the like, and people actively going out there to destroy things that have been done and set up as part of the race, from people making you pay for everything through your nose. So in the face of the lack of sponsorship or inadequate sponsorship and funding, because we are now establishing a brand, to a situation where people are asking, making you pay. There are so many barriers, economic barriers, which is all about, is attitude now, which shouldn't be, right? Those are some of the challenges. the very high cost of doing business in Ghana, even to run ads in the media. Minimum frequency to promote the event is so expensive. Some media partners will actually wonder whether it's a partnership because of the high cost that media cost that you have to pay if you have to get the chance to have your ads being aired or placed, inserted in their media.
Okay.
Those are some of the causes.
That's
So we should really close our ranks. We should all consider ourselves as stakeholders. We all have an interest. We have a stake, a contribution to make to help this event become better. Not just this event, all support from government agencies, corporate bodies, people within the athletics fraternity, the coaches, the athletes. We need all to come together. Others are steaming ahead of us. I don't know how we feel when we see our athletes go for international competitions, and the talent is there clearly, but the preparation and the support, because of the lack of that or inadequate, we don't do as much as well as we ought to do. I feel bad, and it's because of some of these things happening within the athletic fraternity. Complaining, the name calling is wrong. The same energy that we spend to name call and try to malign and pull people down, we should make it positive. It should be a positive investment in the system. Support others, support the system, support the athletes so that we can get better. Others are doing it, and we are seeing the results.
okay. That's great. Let's talk about this. After organizing your event, I think we saw some athletes moving to South Africa for another event. Give us a breakdown how it happened.
Yeah, it's not the first time this is happening. We've been blessed with such opportunities. So when you take part in the Black Star Marathon, your benefits are not limited to just the race day, the prizes, the medals, the experience that you get. But we also try to use our networks globally to sniff out, seek opportunities for our athletes to go out and also compete. So we're lucky working together with Sanlam Ghana. Last year, they sponsor the Cape Town Marathon, which is called the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon. So we worked together with them, and they were gracious to admit 5 of our male runners to go run in the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon. They went last year, but unfortunately, on the morning, the dawn, about 1.5 to 2 hours before the race, there was a strong windstorm in Cape Town.
Yeah.
So, safety reasons, as you said, for safety reasons, the organizers last year called the event off. Can you imagine? I don't know how we would have done that. After investing all the time, effort, money, other resources to plan and organize the event, just 1 hour, 2 hours before the start of the race, because of an act of nature, force majeure, you have to cancel the race. They canceled the race, but they gave opportunities to those elite runners, including the 5 male runners in Ghana who made the qualifying time in the Black Star Marathon event, the opportunity for them to come in 2026 event to go take part. So they flew to South Africa last year, and they got tickets to go back again this year to compete. And I'm glad to report that they did so well. They're running together with elite runners, including Eliud Kipchoge.
Oh, wow.
And our competitors, Kogo Atia, Richard Kweto, Frimpong, they did so well in the South Africa Sanlam Cape Town Marathon. And so that's what we are trying to do. In the past also, we've linked up with race organizers in Mali, Bamako, where, the predecessor to the Black Star Marathon, which is the Runathon Ghana. Each year, the first 2-3 runners, we took them regularly to take part in the Bamako, the Bank of Africa Bamako International Marathon. So that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to seek out more opportunities where deserving runners in this year's race, the 2026 Black Star Marathon, would also get a chance beyond taking part in the Black Star Marathon to go outside Ghana to go compete. on the continent of Africa, but also here in the United States.
Wow, no, that would be great. Sure, that's great. Okay, now let's come back to this year plans. The plans that you have for this year's event.
Plans are big for this year's event. Those of you who have been watching closely our plans will realize that originally we had scheduled for the 2026 Black Star Marathon to have taken place on the 25th of July, right? But for some strategic reasons, we had to change. Among other things, we realized that the promotional effort, the advertising, the marketing effort was going to have to compete with the FIFA World Cup that was going on also in July.
Okay.
So it means that we would need deeper pockets to match the attention, the focus, the power, the star power of the FIFA World Cup. Among other reasons. That's one. So we decided to shift it. But I think we also took a deliberate decision to postpone the race from the original date of 25th of July to somewhere in December. And we'll be announcing the specific date very soon. But we are still strategizing because we don't think we should do anything just for the doing sake. We have to be strategic, intentional about it. So we are shifting it for sure November, December to have it this year for many, many reasons. One, after last year's race, we did some research ourselves. And we sought feedback from the participants, various stakeholders. And one of the key things that they told us clearly was that the weather was hot at the time of the year. So we reasoned that besides the challenge of the World Cup, which will happen every 4 years, it means every 4 years you have to fight the World Cup. And we all know the attention of football commands in Ghana and across Africa. We don't want them to bury us. And because of the weather thing, we think that shifting it to somewhere November, December, offers a cooler, more favorable running weather in Accra, which I think will reduce the heat stress on people, which is very, very important. And we have a lot of international runners who are not used to the humidity and the heat in Accra. Yeah. And another thing that we are thinking of, one of the key factors for which reason we are trying to look at November and December, move away from July to November, December, is also because we want the Black Star Marathon to be more aligned with the global and the local calendar. When you realize that we have 30 December in Ghana in December, right? A lot of people are already traveling to Ghana in December. We want this sporting activity running. So far, the 30 December, there's no clear asset.
No, currently there's no race.
That is running. We want this to be. We want the Black Star Marathon to represent us during 30 December. The 30 December, ecstasy in Accra. That's another reason that we are trying to do it. And then also placing it in December will make it like a capstone event where you've taken part in many other events throughout the year, and then you are now at the last, and that's the final exclamation mark that you want to put on your athletics performances in the year. The last one, the last stop, your final effort. Come and show what you have. You have the whole year to prepare. You have the whole year to race. You have the whole year to sharpen your skills and run other races. Sure. We believe that in Ghana, we want the situation to come where in Ghana, people will say that there are only 2 races in Ghana. There's the Black Star Marathon and there's the others. So take part in all the others. And when you come to December, the final effort, the last kill hour, last show, come and test your skills in the Black Star Marathon. So it's a deliberate thing. And we think that when it comes to sponsorship, strategically, it will also help us, which we know is a potential showstopper. Without the sponsorship, you cannot do a good event. All right? So if you have it in December, for instance, it means that the companies would have operated throughout the year. They would have made whatever money they need to make throughout the year. They are in a better position to know their financial situation. Okay. So when you're talking to them, they have more time to plan and to make provision for you. So these are some of the things. This is our thinking. So we'll be coming out in somewhere to announce the race happening in December. It will happen for sure for this year. It's deliberate, it's strategic, and it's to make for a grand event.
So that means from 2026 upwards, every year the race will be organized in December.
Then whatever new date we choose, once we agree, we have several options, but no, between November and December, we are still doing our analysis to carefully plan it because we don't want another change after this one. The July one, we realized that it was clashing with the Soccer World Cup. And in Ghana, unfortunately, when it comes to sports, people think it's only football. And the World Cup, all the TV stations, the radio stations, everybody's attention is on the World Cup. So it means that it's a battle we would have to fight every 4 years. You see? So, which makes it reasonable for you to rethink, reconsider that placement on the calendar. So within the July, we want to shift it for sure. Not just for this year, but we want a permanent fixture on the calendar for the Black Star Marathon annually.
Okay, that's great. And then, now let's talk about the event itself. This year, full marathon, and then which other event will be added to it? And then the route, let's talk about the route and then the registration process.
Thank you very much, Richard. So for this year, we want to consolidate the gains that we made last year. We don't want to spread ourselves too thin. There are other interesting event concepts, that we would like to include on the day of the Black Star Marathon itself, and even introduce other races during the year. But we don't want to run ahead of ourselves. So for the 2026 Black Star Marathon, we are sticking to the self-same event categories that we had last year. So we have two broad categories of races: the 42.2 kilometer full marathon, and then we have the 10-kilometer event. For the 42.2 kilometer marathon, we'll have it for men, women, and then we have the racing wheelchair category for male wheelchair athletes. So for the 42.2, we have three categories of races. Then we come to the 10 kilometers, the same as what we did for 2025. We have it for men, women, and then we have the regular wheelchair race, men, and regular wheelchair race, women. And this is a mass event open to all, if you are 18 and over.
About the routes, are you going to have any changes? You're going to maintain the old one?
I think last year, from the feedback that we got, thank you for reminding me, the feedback that we got last year, we think that the 10K route was super. But there's some tweaking that we need to do for the 42.2 kilometer race. Portions of the route we would have to revise because of the feedback that we got from last year. When we looked very closely at the feedback, we went through everything, we analyzed everything, all the responses that we got from our research, our summative research that we did. We did research at the end of the day to gather data to inform our future plans. And one of the feedback that we got was that the 42.2 case, some of the runners had challenges along the line. And also, one objective of the race is to get to expose, to showcase some of the iconic places and routes in Accra. Because we have global eyeballs, okay, and going forward, we're going to have global media coming together to report on this, to really lift the profile of the race. So we want to carefully plan the route, and we'll be working with Ghana Athletics, to make sure that we carve out a very good and accurate route that will give great experience for the runners and also the spectators. So the 10K route, I think, will stay, okay, but the 42.2K route needs to be reworked a bit. Yeah.
That's great.
And one feedback that we got from last year was that the 42.2K route was a bit short, a little bit short in terms of its accuracy, if you remember. So that's one thing we want to make, because we want performances in this event to count. So if somebody runs a national record on this route, it must count. And one conditionality is that it must be accurate. The measurement must be accurate, and it must meet the requirements of World Athletics. They have clear conditionalities. One, say, apart from the route accuracy in the measurement, they have a condition that the difference, the distance between the starting and the finishing point should not be more than what, or it should not be less than 150% of the distance. So if you are starting from point A and point B, the gap between the starting and the finishing should not be too much. That's one conditionality that they give. You understand? Yeah. And then also the elevation. There shouldn't be more decline in the race than elevation. Those are some of the conditions. And all those factors must be considered in plotting the route. So when you have a route where you have to be careful so that people are not descending, running downhill more than they are climbing. So we don't just get up and plot routes for such races.
Oh, good.
So the 42K route, we are going to think about it, but within the 10K route was perfect. It checks all the boxes for us.
Okay, so now take last year we saw you brought in World Athletics certified race organizer here. How preparations or how prepared are you closer to getting a World Athletics label?
We think that we want to have we had a good successful event last year. We want to have one or two even better events. And then based on that, that will serve as a springboard for us to now start our processes. So our applications, we think that we'll start our application somewhere after the 2027 event. So somewhere in 2028, then we'll put together our dossier and then submit.
Okay.
We don't want to rush. We want to be really ready, for that.
That would be good. And then also now let's come to this one before we wrap up. Are you going to use the electronics timing this year?
It will be, if it's a gold standard, and if you are seeking World Athletics certification, it's something that you must do. But it's expensive. And our athletics system in Ghana, we don't have that. So we are trying to invest in that. But can you believe that it costs about 35,000 euros?
No, I think Ghana Athletics is having one.
So we explore opportunities to get them to allow it. And they can provide chips for
the chips. That one, I don't know. For chips, I don't know.
It has to be chip time. It has to be chip timing. The electronics timing is fine. Photo finish thing is fine. But for the gold label in road running is chip timing technology. And if you want race results or mile laps or any of the systems that are like the gold standards that are used in the Berlin Marathon, London Marathon, New York City Marathon, Boston Marathon, it's expensive. I don't think we have chip timing facilities in Ghana. It's electronic timing, but it's not chip timing, which is the gold standard, which is what we would like to do. Pray for us to get the right level of sponsors who would understand and buy into the vision because they see the importance of investing in something like that. So we can buy it and use it for our race, but not only for our race, but make it available for others. Okay. We know what needs to be done. You see, one thing about me is that because of where I teach, where I work here at Drake University, we organize the Drake Relays, and they're one of our partners. Okay, and I get to see, I actually sit on the board of the Drake Relays to plan it. And they use things like that for the road running events. So we know what ought to be, but it's the means to do it. It's the money to do it. So we are throwing it out there. We know some race organizers have used equipment that they have changed and they have it sitting there in their warehouses. We'll be glad to receive those things so we can use it in Ghana and raise up the standard of our events. Otherwise, we're also praying and working hard to get sponsors who would actually invest in something like this for us. So far, it's not been possible.
Everything is possible, for sure. Yeah.
By the grace of God, inshallah, we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you have the vision, once you know what the plan is, and you know that this is part of the plan. Yeah. In fact, we've spoken to the suppliers already,
Okay.
but they can't give it to us for free. You see? So you have to look for the money. And already, personally, some of us, we have too much of our scheme, family investments, or family savings already. If I should tell you some of the amounts that personally we have spent, personally, it will blow your mind. Yeah. And unfortunately, what do you get after spending all that? People calling you names, lying on you, and things like that, which happens unfortunately. But some of us, we have very thick skins. And we know that when you're fighting for the greater good, God will always be with you.
Sure.
Yeah, they may come at you from all manner of directions, but the Spirit of God that is in you will scatter all their efforts and will be running in multiple directions.
That's great. Now let's come back to this question about the cash prices. How attractive would the 2026 edition will be?
Thank you. Before I come to the cash prizes, one point that I need to make is that the race director, the World Athletics race director that came last year to support us, is not just a visitor. He's actually part of our organization. Okay. I'm the president of the Black Star Marathon Foundation. He's the first vice president. So that's how seriously we are taking World Athletics conditions and standards. Blake Bolden, who came last year, he's our vice president of the Black Star Marathon. He's part of our strategic meetings. He's my colleague here at Drake. And he's the director of the Drake release that I spoke about. Mm-hmm. So he keeps us in check and makes sure that we play by the book, do our best, despite the limitations, despite the challenges, despite the obstacles that we face sometimes. He tries to guide us. We seek his advice. He has a strong voice at our big table, right? Yeah. Let me come to the prizes. We want this year's prizes to be better than last year. In fact, when President Mahama, our guest of honor at the 2025 Black Star Marathon, when he was delivering his address, he said that he urged people to come for the future events, the 2026 and the future events, because the prizes are going to be better. The prizes are going to be juicier. So he set the challenge for us. He set us the task. All right. And that's what we're working on. Like I said, we know how attractive this event is to global runners. So we want the prizes to be such that it will make economic sense for people to fly into Ghana, to buy tickets, fly into Ghana and compete. We want to attract top talents, top athletes to come and take part in this race. And that's why we are leaving no stone unturned, working very hard, talking to various sponsors right now to come on board so that we can have resources, we can have the resources to be able to. Can you hear me? I think a phone call came through. Am I still on?
Of course, you're still on.
I'm so sorry. Okay. That's why we are currently in talks with like-minded sponsors and other partners to come. And I'm still opening the window. We are still in the negotiation phase, and we are open to sponsorship. This is a great brand. This is a great asset, and we are trying to work with various sponsors to come on board so we can gather the right number of resources, the right amount of sponsorship to be able to give good prizes for our athletes. We want to sweeten the deal for them. One, they start to get the most spectacular medals. You can see from the medals that we've been giving away that our medals are not cheap.
Okay, so every finisher will receive medal, right?
Not every. You can't produce so much, but we'll give finisher medals. The given quantity as stocks last. But we have placer medals, the gold, silver, bronze. They are beautiful. They're going to be beautiful. We also have products that we'll give away from our sponsors. Then they will also have the opportunity to represent Ghana in various races that we are trying to line up for them. All for their good. Nothing in it for them, for us. It's all about the athletes. You can ask those athletes that we help to go to South Africa for the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon. Whatever per diem, whatever allowances, we had nothing. I didn't go to South Africa. I had 5 tickets to go to South Africa. I didn't sit on one for myself. I didn't send any official from the Blaster Marathon to go. We gave all to the athletes to go. You understand? So we are advocating for the athletes, and this is what we want to do. And for this year and going forward, we want the prize package to also be as juicy as possible. So all I can say at this stage is that they should expect something better than last year.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's great. Now let's come back here. So after organizing all these events, how do you also benefit?
I sleep better in my skin, knowing that I'm through this event, we are trying to contribute to make things better than what some of us experienced when we were athletes, trying to create opportunities, better outcomes for the athletes that we have right now and even future athletes. That's our satisfaction, which is why we set up this Black Star Marathon as a foundation, not as a limited liability company. There's a difference. When you have the company, your primary objective is money, to make money and more money for yourself. But a foundation is to fight for a greater social cause. You see, Richard?
Yeah.
So that should tell you our motivation. When you see our mission statement is for us to establish this as Ghana's premier marathon, helping to lift up the standard of running in Ghana, but also creating awareness, public education about key social causes. And the key cause that we have selected initially, at least for the next 5 years, is to educate the public about kidney diseases in Ghana and to raise money to help patients who need to go through kidney treatment and kidney dialysis treatments. There are many people. It costs a lot of money per session of dialysis. And we are hoping that we will be able to establish this so well that we can now have a perennial, permanent source of raising money that will donate, will partner. In fact, we are in partnership already with key organizations in Ghana working in the kidney treatment. So people, we want to be able to raise money so that when people are going for kidney treatment and all that, we can support. We can have a pot of money to be helping them.
So have you started
it's
this?
It's not for us to benefit. Those are our goals. Mm-hmm. The goal is not to make money. The goal is to develop athletics in Ghana, focusing on long distances, and also to fight some social, public health challenges that we may have in Ghana. That's how I benefit.
That's great. That's great. So have you started this kidney? Let's talk about this kidney. Have you started this operation?
We spent last year trying to set up our systems and procedures.
Okay.
And from the 2026 event, we are going to see as part of the marketing and the promotional effort, promotional drive for the 2026 Black Star Marathon, a key part of our budget and our advertising and even going on radio and TV interviews will gear towards educating the public, creating awareness about rampant kidney diseases in Ghana.
Okay.
And we'll also be setting up fundraising efforts to raise money purposely for the kidney support program, where we raise the money and we give it to a very credible organization or two of them that we are trying to agree finally with. They have the direct links to the patients, and we'll vote the money for them so they can support those patients to go through good treatment. Because right now, the support for people, if you have kidney problem in Ghana, you are not in a very good place. It's heavy. Yeah. So this year you see that it will not just be advertising and making it about the Black Star Marathon itself, the race itself, but also we'll use our channels, our platforms, our voices to help educate people. So we'll be going on various media engagements. Come on your show, for example. with a doctor who is a nephrologist, right? A kidney doctor,
Okay.
who will be an expert and will, through your channel, educate the public. And we believe that you are a man with a good heart, a golden heart, and you make your channel and your platform available for this noble cause, right?
Always available, Prof.
Yeah.
That's great.
And expect the Black Star Marathon this year, because we are shifting towards the December time, to be part of the sports tourism in Ghana. We want people to travel to Ghana for tourism purposes. We have a lot to show. Come and run the race or experience the race, watch the race. If you cannot run, come and watch and have the experience of the Black Star Marathon.
Are you going to have additional side attraction? Because last year you did one.
Yes. There will be side attractions. Don't let me put all my cards on the table yet. Allow me to hold some things to my chest. All I can say at this stage.
No, last year you did some. Last year you did it. We were there. We saw it.
There will be more.
Okay, sure. Now, finally, we are come to end. I think we've spent almost 30 minutes plus.
We'll go over 30.
We spent over 30, right?
We've got over an hour.
Oh, wow, that's good. Because, the interview is very, very interesting. The way you are answering the questions, the way you are putting point by point is very, very interesting. It makes it very, very interesting. Yes, you explain it so that everyone will understand. Now, let's come back to the athletes, the fans, the coaches. What words can you tell them? Your final words for them.
My final words, the way you said my final words, like I'm going to die.
Final words on Athletics Match TV.
Well, I think what I want to tell all our stakeholders, because we have many stakeholders, multiple stakeholders, not just the athletes. We have the sports administration, we have the Ghana Athletics people, we have the National Sports Authority, we have sponsors and other parts. We have so many different stakeholders. What I can say, that the Black Star Marathon, our primary focus is to deliver a world-class experience for them. When it comes to road running, we want this to be one of the best. We are not competing with anyone. We are competing with our own selves, what we can do.
Okay.
The extent to which we are able to actualize, realize our own vision. We have the vision, but we have to make it happen. So our goal is to create a world-class experience for all our stakeholders, runners and other beneficiaries. And by trying to shift it to December, we are looking for the optimal, ideal weather condition. That will not be too hot. That will be conducive to our guests who will also be coming, because they are key stakeholders. And we want to create a fantastic experience for them. So they should keep monitoring our website. They should follow us on our social media handles on Facebook.
You can put
Instagram,
Yeah, you can mention
TikTok.
the names.
It's all Black Star Marathon.
Okay.
It's all Black Star Marathon on all social media handles. Black Star Marathon. There's the name. And our website is blackstarmarathon.com. So keep following us and follow us on social media, monitor our website, our verified websites and social handles, and you get to learn more about the updates, the details of the 2026 events. You take a front row seat in getting to learn at first hand the plans for the exciting Black Star Marathon, which is Ghana's premier marathon. It's a big one, and you'd be doing yourself a disservice by not participating, by not following, by not getting involved. It's a movement. It's a movement to celebrate our excellence. It's a movement to celebrate our endurance, our resilience, and to show that Ghana and Africa can also contribute and create a truly world-class event that will rival the very best in the world. That will be called in the same sentences when people are talking about the London Marathon, they're talking about the Tokyo Marathon, they're talking about the Berlin Marathon and other marathons in the world. That's what we want to do.
Thank you. Now let's rate last year's event. Out of 10, how are you going to rate last year's event?
I think I'll give last year's event a strong 7 or 8.
Strong 7 or 8.
A strong 7 or 8 out of 10. I think it's clearly set a new standard when it comes to road running events organization in Ghana. It wasn't perfect, but I think it was very good. Not through my own views, but when I look at the feedback that we received from the runners and other stakeholders, that's what they told us. They were actually blown away. They didn't expect it, but we were not too pleased because we knew the plans that we had, and although we did well, we think we could have done better.
Okay.
And one factor that really worried us last year was it's like people and other, I don't know why, people trying to sabotage and undermine your efforts. And that's a challenge. So it's like you always have to look out. So maybe going forward, we have to take steps to protect ourselves, protect the event better. It's not good at all. It's a serious I've been talking about because I said it at the beginning of this interview, and I'm saying it again. It's not ideal. And for it to have even happened, even in the face of the president himself of Ghana,
yeah,
that should tell you how daring people can be. We are in this together, Richard. We are really in this together, and we need a support, we need a cooperation, we need a protection of everyone. When the Black Star Marathon and other events get better, it will be better for the greater good. It will be better for all of us. This is not a personal thing we are doing. We are supporting Ghana Athletics. We are supporting the National Ghana Olympic Committee. We are supporting the National Sports Authority. We are supporting the Ministry of Sports and Recreation. We are supporting Ghana to do this. If people can organize beauty pageants, they can organize other shows. Why can't people working in sports also work to develop and establish brands that will help their system? So we shouldn't be fighting. There should be infighting. And I know you are with me on various WhatsApp groups and things like that, and some of the lies and character assassinations. Sometimes from people who don't even know you. People who don't know your journey in life. they talk about you as if they know you. And they say all manner of things that ought not to be said. Very unethical about you. We can only do our best. We're only here for a short time on this earth land.
Of course.
So we can only do our best. We have the energy, we have the ability, we have the opportunity. And we can only pray for others to see where we are coming from and to support us. If they cannot support us, at least they shouldn't oppose us. I hope I'm making sense.
Of course, sure. Now the final words, and then we are done. If you could describe the upcoming race in 3 words, just sum up.
The upcoming race, we are moving forward full steam with our plans. Our plans, in fact, before we were compelled to postpone the July event, we had prepared all our plans, all our strategic plan for the year. We had prepared it. We had produced our marketing materials, some of the video clips and the audio, radio ads and the graphics flyers and things that we're going to use. We had prepared them all. We've done all the design, we've done the layout, we've done production. Oh my God. But circumstances beyond your control cause us to have to shift. So they can only expect us, we are having more time to train, to plan, to execute. So people should just be ready to come and be part of a great show. We are going to stage a festival of running in December. November or December, I must correct myself. It could be November, it could be December.
So now the date is not actually fixed, either November or December.
We have got 2 options that I don't think I should share now.
Okay,
but between November and December.
Okay.
It will be before Bloomia. It will be before the Christmas. Yeah. But we want it to be a capstone event, final event to show what people can do. For people to show what they can do. And I think we are going to have a great time. And I'll just urge people to continue their training, all our athletes to continue training, I want to invite sponsors and other partners to look our way because this is a great asset. Those who are interested in getting more information can reach out to us through our website and social handles. We're very responsive. If they want to learn more about the other gritty details, the new juicy additions and extensions and attractions that we are going to add to the event, they should reach out and we'll partner with them and share with them, and we'll see how they'll be able to decide which one they'll be interested in. But our doors are open. We want more sponsors. We need more sponsors. We need more partners. And when that happens, it will only go to benefit the entire system.
Thank you, Prof. Eric Kwame Adae. We are much grateful for joining us this evening from Ghana.
The pleasure is all mine, my brother, and keep up the great job. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, sir. See you again.
Salute.
All right.
I'll see you soon, very soon. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Yes, that's Prof. So now you can good days. Yes, that's the race organizer for Absa Blaster Marathon who just joined us and have the interview. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You comment to share for more updates. We bring you a lot of interview as time goes. So yes, there's a lot of interview. The next interview is scheduled for Monday. Don't forget, Monday we will be interviewing the Millennium Marathon race organizers. So you can prepare your questions. In addition, you are going to add KG or that's their ultimate sponsor. Yes, so Monday, Tuesday, the launch of Tampico Accra Marathon. You're going to launch it. You're going to stream live. So that means you are not going to have any interview. But on Wednesday, we have the Damba Marathon. Thursday, it follows. Thursday, Friday, it follows. Yes, and then we begin once again. So you can just message or you can comment on any of our handles if you want to be part of this show. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being with us. We are much grateful for all those who join us. Yes, we have another waiting for a guest. Yes, so we are much